The Laws of Charisma: How to Captivate, Inspire and Influence for Maximum Success by Kurt Mortensen. Now, charisma is the ability to easily build rapport, effectively influence others to your way of thinking, inspire them to achieve more, and in the process, you can potentially make allies for life. So to do this, you need passion and conviction. Both are contagious. Excellent communication skills are needed, and this obviously includes both verbal and non-verbal gestures. Optimism is important, and that's more than just solely a positive mental attitude. True optimism is a frame of mind that governs how you actually look at the world around you, and it gives you expectations that things will turn out well. And the fact is, if you believe this, then you can quite readily inspire others to also believe this vision and achieve their goals as well. Talking about others, don't be overly sensitive to criticism from others or concerned about what others will think of you. Power is an interesting concept, and to have charisma, often you'd like to have power as well. Power can be from a number of things. It could be a job title, an area of expertise, but without official power, you can still influence. Good presentation skills are fundamentally important. Being well dressed, evidently, but also not taking yourself too serious. If you can show energy and show some powerful stories, with these stories, try and keep them simple, no more than 3 or perhaps 4 points, and get your body and voice involved with the story. And if you can get the audience to participate both physically and mentally in the story, then you're really going to get a good buy-in. The other thing about stories are, if you can articulate them clearly and speak about this as if it's a story that you're telling, the other person may feel less defensive and may think this is less of a criticism of them, but it's more of a story. So you're not bluntly presenting objections, instead you're captivating them with the art of storytelling. Understanding a lot about yourself is also important. Realize what causes your energy to fall and fail. So if your life is balanced badly, then your ability to command charisma will be lower. But if you can get the balance in your life right, and then focus on the areas of weakness that you can identify, this really is a good game plan to improve things. I've mentioned optimism, and that goes almost hand in hand with happiness. And happiness is rooted in the now. It's combining a sense of purpose and a direction. You can help others achieve happiness. And also, trying to get that connection with people is really important, and often humor can help. So self-discipline is important, and just be aware when you rank your own self-discipline, you tend to overscore yourself on this. So really work on your self-discipline by doing things over time that you think will really help you, and use your commitment to do this. If you can know more than your audience about a particular area, that can be very helpful. And then when you present animated, full of energy, you can help them. Think about intuition and be aware of your thinking process when you're making decisions. And I like this bit about positive affirmations. So if you've got a goal and a game plan, you can almost ignore others and use your own positive affirmations that will keep you on that track. If you can also radiate integrity and do as you say, working and being true to your values, that will help. In addition, have courage. Take ownership of things. Do not blame others. Realize that setbacks will happen, they may be temporary, and some failures are simply inevitable. But don't let potential failures hold you back. Be creative. Practice doing new things. Think about what you can focus on that will actively mean you will encourage something in an area that's important to you. And if you want to think about how to focus, there's 4 questions that you could ask. One of them is, what is the best use of my time now? 2, am I spending my vital time on unimportant things? Whatever you do, the 3rd point would be, don't confuse being busy with accomplishment. We all see people who are always busy, but their whole workload seems to be being busy rather than achieving things. And the 4th point would be clear exactly what you want to achieve. Because if you can focus your energy on things, then you can make them happen. And an important thing about focus here is about not unintentionally expending your energy on negative things. You want to focus your energy on things that are good. And when you want to mark and measure yourself, you can think about indicators of success. And this could be controlling your own impulses so that you can resist distractions and stay focused on your task at hand. So coming back to this, the ability to connect with people is so important. And sometimes eye contact is very important with this. You need to learn to stare, not to stare at them. You want to really mirror the level of eye contact that they feel happy with. Now, most people would be in the region of about 70% of the time making eye contact. But when you're making eye contact and listening to people, lots of people listen, but they don't actually hear and really comprehend what the other person is trying to say. So often asking additional questions that are showing you're making a genuine interest and also establishing the points that they're trying to make is extremely important. Unfortunately, many people are listening in a way that they're just waiting for their turn to speak. And by doing this, you're really empowering other people around you. You're treating them with respect. And in future, there's a chance that this may be repaid back to you with tenfold. I think empathy is another thing that's really important for building a connection. And when you're trying to practice empathy, people say, well, what does that mean? Well, it's trying to put yourself in the other person's shoes. And it isn't thinking, what would I do if I was them? It's thinking, what would they want to do in that particular situation? If I was that person, how would I be feeling? And that's almost the golden rule. It's not do what you would want others to be treated like, do as they would. And I think that this just comes as naturally. You want to be respectful to other people and be courteous, but also try and avoid speaking poorly of others. You can always think of something that they have done well and try and mention that. Now, a lot of charisma is about voice, and I think you need to deliberately try to improve your voice by a number of ways. One is actually the choice of words. So really you want to select the right choice of words for that situation. So if you use long, complex words, it may be appropriate in one situation, but if the other person doesn't understand these, then that's no good. So as a rule of thumb, you're wanting to simplify your language, but use the appropriate words. And actually, if you can put the right word in place, that can actually empower both your and the other people you're interacting with thought process about something. Be aware of the rate of speech. Now, if you want to look more influential, apparently you can present things faster. But then, if you do this too quickly, people think that you're self-centered. Whereas, if you go down to a slow or even moderate speed, people may think that you actually know a different amount, but I would say use the speed that you're comfortable with, but just be aware you can slow it down to emphasize a very important point, and that would be that changing your speed of voice can put strong emphasis on one or 2 points. But look, you don't want to appear too rapidly speaking, otherwise you may appear self-centered. So vocal fillers, when I've been watching my YouTube videos back, getting feedback, I realise I say now a lot. That's a vocal filler. Okay, I shall try and say now less often. But it's better than the you know. You see some people and they just say, oh, you know. If I did know, I wouldn't be listening. And just think about how your voice sounds. You can use pitch, the level, and inflection. So if you're using a higher pitched voice, you may sound vulnerable or excited or perhaps nervous. Whereas if you're using a lower pitched voice, you may appear to have more strength, confidence, and assurance. And seemingly a lower pitched voice, you appear more believable and trustworthy. But the main thing is to just vary it so people are staying listening and are interested. And if you've got this far in the video, please accept my sincere thanks. One more point about inflection. If at the end of your sentence you raise your voice, it makes it sound like a question that you're not sure about a point. And certainly in other languages like Polish, if you put the voice at the end of your sentence, if you raise this, it is a question. Rozumiesz? So I would say that that's a lot of content, and if you can try and incorporate some of that, I think it will help improve your charisma and help you get the most out of your life. So feel free to comment down below. Hope you like this, and feel free to subscribe for more regular videos that will help you. I'll see you all next time. Do take care.